Nashville's school desegregation case, there were actually two of them originally. If you'll remember, Brown versus Board of Education was decided in 1954. And in 1955, there was a case filed called Maxwell versus the Davidson County Board of Education. This was before metropolitan government. And there was the city of Nashville and Davidson County. And there were various satellite cities like Belmead and Oak Hill and things like that. The plaintiffs in the county case were Reverend Henry Maxwell and his family. But his family, there was no black high school in the southern part of the county. There was only Haynes High School out on Trinity Lane. And so the Maxwell family had to come, and all the blacks that lived in Nolensville, which was one of those unincorporated satellite cities at the time, had to come over to Haynes for high school. In the city, there were two black high schools. There was Pearl High School, which is now Martin Luther King High School, in North Nashville, and Cameron, which was in South. But when the suit was filed in the city, the plaintiff in that case was A.Z. Kelly. The reason that the Kelly family was the lead plaintiff in the lawsuit was that Robert Kelly, who was the eldest, had to go past East High School over to Pearl High School. Now, there were other plaintiffs, but they didn't have as long a travel to go to school. So you know, and these are the types of things when you see change happen. Change doesn't just happen. People make it happen. That was a strategic decision that A.Z. Kelly would be the first one. And to his credit and to the credit of his family, they took the slings and arrows that came with being the named one. The ones who were second and third and fourth, their names were never known, but the Kellys were, and the Maxwells were. Obstacles or challenges created by the concentrations of poverty and racial identifiability of the housing projects, okay? Now, if you're trying to desegregate the system, and the system is 50% black and 50% white, say, and you're trying to get a ratio in each school that approximates that 50 to 50 split, you have to assign children in, okay? As you assign children in, you have to be aware of the grade structure. You have to be aware of the capacity of the building, okay? And one of the sort of things we were looking at was that with a pupil-teacher ratio of 30 children to one teacher, how many classrooms that would require. And if you lower the pupil-teacher ratio, which is a good educational objective, that puts pressure on the classrooms. You have to have more classrooms. So if you're starting with a pupil-teacher ratio of 30 to 1, and you reduce it to 20 to 1, you have to create a half classroom with another teacher, okay? And the short of it is, when we looked at some of the concentrations of children created by the housing projects, there was one area, and we're trying to keep the, in order to keep from busing kids, we're looking at within 1.5 miles, right? There was one neighborhood over here, there was something like 1,000 children in grades K through 4 within 1.5 miles of that neighborhood. And if you built a 1,000-seat elementary school, if you had the ability to do it, it would be something like 98% black and 99% poor. And every expert in the country, even the conservative ones, would tell you that's a risk. Okay? You go right across Ellington Parkway, and guess what? There are 800 more. Okay? And so we ended up, and that's the white patch over here, having to take it on the chin and bus a whole lot of black kids way out to farther east, all the way out to the county line. And a lot of black people did not understand why that was. But I think it is a tribute to the Maxwells and to the A.Z. Kellys, who trusted the lawyers enough, right? And I know they took heat for it, okay?